What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jackpot DFS. Taking a look at tonight's NBA slate. One gamer. Haven't done a video for the Lakers and Nuggets, really, because I just haven't had time. But want to get something out for you guys. Seem like some of you guys have been enjoying getting some NBA content. So I wanted to try to get something out there for you guys. But looking at tonight, we're looking at point guards. Obviously, LeBron James first on the list. He's going to be involved. He's been pretty much the best player in this series. He really, really wants a championship to bring one to the Lakers. Um, and honestly, I don't see anybody left that's going to stand in his way. I think the Lakers take it tonight. I think LeBron James is going to be the best player on the court. He's a must play. If you can get him in your captain, get him in your captain. But he's definitely the must play tonight. On the other side of that, Murray is also a must play to me. He's been pretty much the most consistent player for the Nuggets. Win or lose, he's going to go out there and shine and put the numbers up. The question is who's going to be the guy to step up for the Nuggets outside of Murray, because he's been pretty consistent. Um, the other guys have not. Nobody's really been consistent as Murray. So we'll look into that and see who else you can kind of pair, and see if there's anybody else even compare with the line. I do think Monty Morris is a consideration. He's only $3,800. I think he's worth the shot. And if you're playing multiple lines, to play in a lineup, even he's backing up. I mean, he can play beside Murray. He's been way better in the series than Harris has. So I think Monte Morris. I definitely play Monte Morris over like a Gary Harris, or even a Caruso. Not so much of a Rondo, but you got to think you're getting all that savings, and he's not really coming down and getting that much less DK points. I mean, if you take that savings to get somebody even better in there, like a parallel LeBron James with Davis or whoever. I mean, you're going to need that salary savings so you can get at least a three-headed monster in there. So I think taking somebody like Morris is a good salary saver, to save you some salary and get you a good line. Rondo consideration, I just think the price tag is awfully high for him. Rondo can, playoff Rondo can give you a good night, but let's be honest, this has pretty much been the LeBron James, Murray, and Davis show. I just think 8,000 is an awfully high price to pay, when you can take somebody like Morris and get that extra monster in there to give you the 60-point upside. Um, some consideration also for Caruso, $3,600. I think you're going to pretty much stay if you want to pivot. Take LeBron James. You want to have Murray. And you're going to need another player around this kind of salary. I think Morris and Caruso are perfect targets for that. Anybody else, just don't play them. I don't think anybody else is worth even considering. But I think those two salary savers, Morris and Caruso, could definitely put you where you need to be to cash at least. Looking at shooting guards, obviously Murray can play him as well in that. Some consideration for Caldwell Pope. I don't love it. I just think you can just simply go down to like a Morris or Caruso and play them guys. Um, I know Harris is getting some minutes, but he's just not producing. If I'm going to go down to really save some salary tonight, I think I'll go down to a Torrey Craig. I think Torrey Craig is probably those are probably my best bets for salary savers in the shooting guards department. Taking like a Torrey Craig, Caruso, Morris. Those types of guys are going to give you the savings you need and give you the upside. So at least that consistently they're giving you what they give you. And I still like Morris and Caruso a little bit better, but Torrey Craig's one of them guys who can go off every now and then and give you that upside. So if you're playing multiple lines, why not? But that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't like anybody else over here. I like Murray. Not too much on Pope. Not too much on Green, Caruso, and that's about it. None of the rest of these guys down here are getting any playing time. Not even worth consideration or even wasting time talking about them. Moving on to small forward, obviously LeBron James. I think Porter is just a waste If you're trying to play him, he's pretty much giving you the same thing that Rondo's giving you. He's getting some playing time, but he's just not doing anything with it. This is the guy that's going to give you probably the most upside if you want to play somebody in this range. Is Jeremy Grant? He's showed up the playoffs mostly. He's getting the minutes. He's got the upside. He could be that third, the guy to pair with like a Murray as well to give you some salary saving and still be able to get like a three-headed monster in there. You kind of need like a big three-headed monster. One guy that's kind of decent and gives you kind of like that 25 to 35 point range DK points. And then you need another guy to come in there and give you somewhere between the 10 to 20 DK points or something to kind of look for that optimal price or at least put you in high cash range. That's going to be your best bet. You want to try to get like a Murray or a LeBron James, a Davis in your captain spot. I think those guys are just going to give you the most upside. But I do think the Lakers take it tonight, even with a good Murray performance. But looking down, I still don't like a lot of these guys. Kuzma's really just fallen off. I mean, I thought he was going to be nice with addition, but I guess with LeBron James, he's not being counted on as much as he was, and he's just not doing anything. I don't like even going down here. The only guy I really like outside of LeBron James is probably Jeremy Grant, and that's it. I mean, the rest of these guys, I just don't even want to waste my time. Torrey Craig, that's probably the only piece that I consider even playing. The rest of these guys, I'm not even considering putting in the line. I think you stick with these three guys: LeBron James, Jeremy Grant, and Torrey Craig if you want to save some salary. Moving on to small forward or power forward. Obviously, Anthony Davis is part of that big three monster I was talking about. He's a must play. LeBron James is a must play. Murray's a must play. I think you pretty much stick with those three guys and build around it. I think that's your best bet to cash any given night in this series, and you can play around with the captains and kind of figure out how you want to play around with those guys and see what you can do as far as getting other guys in your lineup. Jeremy Grant, another guy I like. Obviously, I just talked about him at small forward. Paul Millsap kind of gives you that, but he's kind of falling off too. I mean, you might as well just go ahead and get Jeremy Grant, I think, and just you'd be better off just getting him, and he gives you more upside than Paul Millsap's going to give you. He's going to get the minutes plus the upside. I think everybody else you just kind of leave alone. Nobody else is getting upside, getting points to give you that. So again, Davis, Jeremy Grant, and that's pretty much it. Power forward department. This is where we get to another salary saver who could wrinkle in some dividends tonight. Now, Dwight Howard's supposed to start. That gives Anthony Davis the ability to go to power forward, which I think he's strongest at. He's not going to get the most rebounds that he normally would get, but he's obviously going to get the more scoring ability in that position. So big upside for Dwight Howard tonight. I mean, obviously Dwight Howard has the upside. I love the $4,200 price. I think he's close to a lock to take. I know a lot of people like to take Jokic, but he's just been kind of disappointing somewhat this series. He sometimes he goes off and then sometimes he doesn't. I think you could still consider him in some lines if you're playing multiple lines. For me, if I'm going to play like a single line, I'm going to take Davis, Murray, and LeBron James, and kind of mix and match with like a Dwight Howard with a Jeremy Grant, if I can do that, or something along those lines, Torrey Craig or something, to try to give myself the best optimal chance I can. I think that's your pure best way to go. But strong consideration for Dwight Howard. Nothing else on here stands out. I mean, JaVale McGee's not going to. He's taking a backseat to Dwight Howard. He's not really going to do too much. Even when he's out there and getting playing time, he's not done much. Mason Plumlee hasn't really been a consideration in this series. Markieff Morris is not really getting enough playing time to be considered a value or a target. Same with Millsap. So again, here we are. Anthony Davis, Jokic, Dwight Howard are pretty much my strong three. Love Dwight Howard, 4,200. I think he's pretty close to a lock and load with these other three guys to target, and then kind of figure out what you want to do with the other player. and if you want to play some Jokic or whatnot. But like I said, I think the strong consideration. I mean, even if you wanted to go at Dwight Howard at captain and get 4 monsters in there, I don't know if that's possible or not. I haven't tried that yet, but that's a good idea. Or even a Torrey Craig or something. But I think you need. I think most people are playing, I think you need LeBron James, Anthony Davis, or Murray in your captain spot, and kind of play with that because that's going to give you the best chance to win, and put you in the best optimal chance to succeed tonight. But anyway, guys, that's what I got for the Nuggets and Lakers game tonight. Hope you guys all win big money. I will have a NFL video out later on this afternoon for my picks and locks for tomorrow's slate. Hopefully, you guys do good in the night NBA slate. And like I said all the time, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me so far. And if you guys have any questions or anything, or if you're on the fence about who you should play, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or the YouTube page. All right, guys. Good night.